What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Abdullah
Your boy Raza.
coming at you with another video for the channel, and welcome back to the Brown Boy Sports Talk. And then today, guys, we're talking about a guy out there in the NBA named Donovan Mitchell and whether or not the Jazz will trade him to a team such as the New York Knicks or the Miami Heat or even a surprise team like the Philadelphia 76ers. Before we get into this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more NFL and NBA content as we try to push out as much fire content out there as possible. And let's get straight to the video. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Abdullah and your boy Raza. The Utah Jazz are completely. It looks like they're abandoning ship. They just traded Rudy Gobert for a haul, and now Donovan Mitchell could be on the move. Raza, what team do you think Donovan Mitchell should be traded to?
As you just said, the Utah Jazz are going into possibly a full rebuild. They traded Rudy Gobert for four first round picks and Kessler Walker first round pick, the 22nd overall pick by Minnesota. So that's basically 5 first round picks for Rudy Gobert and 5 players. And so Donovan Mitchell, who's like Rudy Gobert is a star, but he's like a boring star. Like no one wants to watch Rudy Gobert. So Donovan Mitchell is like exciting, D Wade 2.0, So Donovan to the Knicks, man, that would be something special, man. Like the Knicks have not had the stars that I can think of with the Knicks last 20 years. It's like Carmelo.
Who else?
Like
Porzingis a little bit. He had the
maybe
Jeremy Lin
but,
for like a split second.
For like a month, yeah. But then they've not gotten out of the first round in like 20 years.
Whoa,
They just made the playoffs.
I'll say the stat: 1 playoff series win in 22 seasons.
22 seasons. They lost to the Hawks first round a couple of years ago when Trae Young showed them who owns them. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be like I want to see that because Leon Rose always like Knicks fans have been wanting like superstar play. Like whenever LeBron's a free agent, LeBron to Knicks, KD to the Knicks, Zion to the Knicks,
Kyrie, KD, yeah, all
Kyrie,
those guys,
everybody.
Zion, yeah.
They're like the Lakers. Like everybody's going to the Knicks. So, but Donovan, like it might like I like it like Jalen Brunson, Donovan backcourt. That would be tough, especially if they can manage to trade it without RJ. That would be extremely tough.
So the trade package, though, what would it look like? If in your opinion?
I mean, if I'm Utah, Danny Ainge, who loves to get draft picks, as we saw with the he basically got Jaylen Brown from Brooklyn. Basically, the picks turned out to be Jaylen Brown, Colin Sexton, and Kyle Kuzma actually. So it was 3 or 4 first round picks for aging Paul Pierce and aging KG. So he loves to get draft picks. He doesn't really care about the young players coming to him. He just cares about the picks. Guess what the Knicks have? A lot of picks.
That's true.
They have RJ Barrett, but I don't see like Knicks should try to trade for Donovan without giving up RJ, Maybe Obi Toppin, Emmanuel quickly and picks. I mean, but if I'm Utah, I'm not doing the trade without RJ being in the trade because if that's not on the table, I can go to Miami, where Tyler might be on the table,
The Miami Heat, Tyler Hero. I know Duncan Robinson hasn't been playing up to that contract. Max Strus, they have young guys. I know they only have 2 first round picks, but if you're the Miami Heat, I think you go all in. You have the big 3 potentially. It could be Jimmy, Bam, and Donovan Mitchell, and that is definitely a bigger threat in the East compared to the Knicks. The Heat were literally 1-3 away, a Jimmy Butler game-winning 3 away from winning the Eastern Conference Finals and going to the NBA Finals. So I think if you're in the Pat Riley, you fire the trigger and whatever the Jazz want, as long as you're not giving up Bam and Jimmy, you might as well do it because the Miami Heat they're trying to win now. Jimmy Butler is trying to put this team behind his back. With the help of Bam and Donovan Mitchell, I think they could take over the East, especially if KD and Kyrie go to the West. So even though Giannis could be a threat and Philly still has Harden and Embiid. And talking about Philly, you brought it up before we made this video, Raza. They have Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle. Do you think a backcourt with James Harden and Donovan Mitchell would work?
I mean, they had like the first thing in the NBA that we talk about is talent. I mean, they'll have extreme talent. James Harden, former MVP. Donovan has never missed the playoffs in his entire life in the NBA. He's a winner. Then we talk about Joel Embiid, who's arguably the best center in the game. Like I would love to see. I would love to see. Like I don't think it'll happen, but Tobias Harris makes up the money for Donovan. Although he has like 2 years, I think it's a player option second year. So it's Tobias, Tyrese, and Matisse, or like another young player, Jaden Springer or somebody, and like 2 or 3 first round picks for Donovan. Because I mean they don't have that many picks because they traded for James Harden in the Ben Simmons trade, so they gave up 2 first round picks and that, but they still have the ability, Imagine Donovan, James Harden, PJ Tucker, Joel Embiid, the shooting they added in PJ Tucker and Ben McLemore, or yeah, like all the Houston shooters, they're basically bringing them in.
Yeah.
Daryl Morey is doing that, but that'll be tough to see. But I don't see why. I mean, Tyrese Maxey, I think imagine, well, like if Utah might think that Tyrese is the next Donovan. I
So
see. Like it depends on what they think about Tyrese.
I want to ask you on your thoughts on Donovan Mitchell. Do you think he's a top 5 shooting guard in this league? And
Yeah,
okay, but do you think he could become, and let's say he gets traded to a team like New York or Miami? Because he's not a superstar, correct?
right.
Do you think he could take that next step in transforming into a superstar?
I mean, if he goes to the Knicks, that'll really help the Knicks. One thing that they've not had a star, like they've not had a super, like okay, Donovan is like between the stars. He's better than a star, and he's not a superstar, but he's like in the middle. He's like top 15 borderline player in the NBA,
The
so he's like
transition.
on the cusp. Yeah, he's on the
Uh,
cusp basically. So I think he's a top like 4 shooting guard in the league, depending on how hard he's playing. But like if he goes to the Knicks, that'll help them in the future also because other like if Donovan, Jalen Brunson, if they keep RJ in the trade, they'll help that might even force like other superstar players who are either
Attracted.
free
Yeah.
agents
Mhm.
or track stars like Kevin Durant who are always running away from their situation to they might even end up with the Knicks. So it'll just like build like a it'll build like a
A
nice team,
foundation.
like a nice
Yeah.
culture foundation for the Knicks,
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
for Miami, obviously, they're as you said, they were one shot away from going to the finals.
Mhm.
Like that's one thing Miami is missing. All they need is scoring. They have elite defense. Like they have good like guys who can like facilitate Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, Bam. They have everything. They have shooting. The only thing they don't have is scoring, other than Jimmy,
Jimmy
because
Butler.
Jimmy's inconsistent. He'll have 40. Next game he'll have 14 in the playoffs. That's
Mhm.
what he does. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Donovan. But
Yeah.
wherever he goes, he's 25, bro. He's
That's
20.
actually insane. I forgot about how old he was.
That I don't understand. Okay, I understand why Utah would trade him, but like he's still 25. If they want, they can rebuild around him. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, Utah is just blowing it up, man. But that's pretty much it, guys. Let us know your thoughts on the whole Donovan Mitchell situation. Do you think he'll be traded to New York or Miami, or is there another team that we didn't talk about enough? Raza, before we're out, do you want to say anything?
No, man, it's just like it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. I'll be, hey, the Lakers.
The Lakers,
That's
all
all.
could be. We didn't even talk about the Lakers, thank God.
That's all.
But that's pretty much it, guys. We're out. Peace.